Hello, my name is Jeff Plumbley, and I'm a Senior Program Officer at VentureWell. We are here today to tell you about VentureWell's course and program grants. VentureWell is a nonprofit organization that was founded in 1996 by our president and CEO, Phil Weilerstein, and Jerry Lemelson, who was one of America's most prolific inventors who held over 600 patents. We are located in beautiful rural Western Massachusetts, about 90 miles west of Boston, in Hadley, Massachusetts, just down the road from the flagship campus of UMass. For 25 years, VentureWell has supported early-stage science and technology innovators in higher education who are developing hardware solutions to the world's biggest challenges and the faculty who teach them. VentureWell gets its funding from a lot of different sources, including state, federal, and foundation funding. Here are a few of our funders and partners, including our founding funder, the Lemelson Foundation, who wholly supports VentureWell's course and program grants program. Most of VentureWell's work falls into our three pillars: early stage innovators programs, faculty initiatives, and innovation and entrepreneurship networks. The course and program grants fall into the middle pillar. We award course and program grants to colleges and universities to either strengthen existing curricular programs or to build new courses and programs. In both cases, we expect that the curricular experience will lead to the creation and support of student innovator teams at the intersection of technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Since the program started in 1996, we have awarded over $12 million in grants, with 629 courses or programs funded at over 200 universities, with thousands of students impacted, and greater than 80% of the courses are still offered today. So here are some things about our course and program grants that you need to know. We have 1 or 2 requests for proposals, or RFPs, per year. The fall cycle is a general RFP, which is open to all kinds of ideas, and we usually announce the fall RFP in August. The spring cycle often has a specific focus or topic area, such as a sustainable design focus, and we usually announce the spring RFP in March. Each year, we have about $600,000 to award. In your proposal, you can request up to $30,000 over 3 years. And our course and program grants are quite competitive. We have between a 15 and 25% fund rate. One thing that I wanted to highlight is VentureWell's commitment to continuing our path of excellence in innovation and entrepreneurship in higher education, and our commitment to being responsive to diversity and equity gaps in our past grant cycles. We are striving to achieve the following diversity and inclusion metrics for our upcoming course and program grant cycles. We will award grants to at least 50% minority serving institutions, which include tribal colleges, HBCUs, predominantly Black universities, Hispanic serving institutions, etc. We will award at least 50% of grants to PIs who self-identify as members of one or more underrepresented groups in invention, innovation, and entrepreneurship, including Black, Latinx, Indigenous people, women of all backgrounds, and people from low-income backgrounds. And 1/3 of our awards will go to universities or colleges that have never previously received a VentureWell course and program grant.
Hi, I'm Patricia Boynton. I'm the grants manager here at VentureWell, and I'm going to tell you a bit about the general requirements for all course and program grants. Answers to about 99% of your questions can be found in the grants guidelines on the grants page of the VentureWell website. Seeing it here. If you're thinking about applying, I strongly recommend you read them and then read them again before you start your application. We do have a couple of eligibility requirements. At this time, we can only award grants to US-based colleges and universities. And in order to apply, your university will have to have a VentureWell membership. You can check your membership status on the membership page of the website. If your university is not a member or your membership has lapsed, it's a great time to renew because we are currently waiving membership fees. To be a good fit for a VentureWell course and program grant, all proposals should include a focus on science and technology entrepreneurship, result in the formation of student teams. Those resulting student projects should have clearly defined social and environmental impact. They should have an experiential learning by doing component, be supported by an entrepreneurial ecosystem, and have a plan for financial sustainability. In other words, how will the course or program be sustained after the grant ends? Here are some ways your idea might not be a fit for one of these grants. Not everything is. The course or program does not have a science and technology focus and is missing the entrepreneurship component. The resulting student projects don't have clearly defined social or environmental impact. The course or program is focused on pure research or a single project without a clear path to commercialization, or where the project begins or ends in the classroom. Courses or programs that demonstrate little change from what already exists. We don't fund requests for ongoing program support only. Courses or programs that don't lead to the creation of student teams. Courses or programs that are disconnected from the entrepreneurial ecosystem, or courses or programs that are unlikely to continue after the grant ends. Required components of your proposal consist of a 6-page narrative, which includes a work plan, outcomes, and a budget, principal investigator and collaborator resumes, and at least one letter of support. You can include up to 3. Plus verifications of institutional support, which I will describe in detail in a moment. You may also submit up to 5 supporting documents in an appendix, but make sure they're important to the story that you're telling and be sure to reference them somewhere in the narrative. Specifics about all of these can be found in the guidelines. To help you structure your narrative, we've given you some suggested section lengths. These are just suggestions. With the point being, spend most of your 6 pages on your proposed initiative. Specifics on what to address in each section can be found in the guidelines. I wanted to talk a little bit about the difference between the letter of support and verifications of support, because this often causes some confusion. Both are required parts of your proposal. A letter of support is just what it sounds like. It's a letter on letterhead from a key administrator or partner that demonstrates or confirms some of the statements in your narrative, especially those that are directly tied to important criteria. For example, the position of a course or program in the entrepreneurial ecosystem, the plan or guarantee for continuation or financial sustainability, the university's commitment to equity, proof of partnerships, etc. Verifications of support from an administrative contact, your department chair, and your dean of faculty demonstrate a more general institutional support and awareness of what you're proposing. This is an automated process that happens in our proposal intake tool, where an email is generated automatically and goes to each of these 3 people that you've identified, asking them to verify their support for your proposed idea. They simply enter their initials into a box and submit, which then will update your proposal in our system. This is a required step, and you won't be able to submit without these verifications, so I recommend that you identify these people as soon as possible and inform them of your intent to apply and what will be required of them. There's much more information on the website, including details on grants we funded and an example proposal. If you've got questions, please don't hesitate to email us. Thanks for watching.